Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and this video is going to be the results from the live stream episode 29. All right, you guys, it's been about maybe 7 or 8 hours, and you can see I'm getting a lot of really good saturation, but I do see quite a bit of undissolved dye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just another thin layer of ice over top of this project just to help get some of that dye to dissolve. It's the next day and all the ice is melted, and I'm going to move it into its own container, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to stick it outside in the really hot sunshine and just let it bake. I brought it in at night because the temperatures do drop down and get somewhat cool, but then I stuck it back outside for a second day. So this thing batched for 48 hours and it received a lot of heat. I could just watch dye go down the drain. Like, look at how pretty those colors are. It's so beautiful. All right, tapestries probably would benefit from the hot water soak rinse out method just because they're so thick and heavy and my sink is small. But for this one, I didn't do that. I just did my regular rinse out. So I started with cold water to rinse away all that undissolved dye and get out any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric. And then I increased my water up to hot and I rinsed for a really long time with the hot water. And then I opened it up. And you can see when I'm done with the rinse out process that it's pretty much rinsed out really well. Okay, so from here I take it to the washing machine and I do hot water cycles using Kirillon, which is a professional textile detergent. And then I do a final hot water cycle using Millsoft, which is a professional fabric softener. And I get both of those from Dharma Trading Company, and you'll find links for them down below in the description box, along with everything else that I use for tie-dye. So make sure that you check out the description box. Okay, then I put it in the dryer, but I didn't dry it until it was completely dry. I pulled it out when it was still a little bit damp and I ironed it. And I have a little spray bottle of water. So I kind of mist it with the water and iron it, and it helps it get nice and smooth and makes the colors pop. And here is Scott's after the first layer of ice melted. He felt like there was still quite a bit of undissolved dye there in the center, which is really common when you're working with colors that are in the yellow family. So peek down inside your pleats, and if you have good saturation, you're probably good to go. He added another layer of ice, let it melt, and then he ended up wrapping it up and he let it batch for 48 hours. So here's my tapestry, and I think it turned out really cool. So you're gonna have to go and watch the live stream if you want to see how this was folded. And Scott and I purposely went like across the color wheel. He did the cool greens and the blues, and I did more like the fire colors on mine. And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. And here is Scott's after it's been washed and dried and ironed, and it turned out amazing. You know, this was his very first tapestry, and if you haven't made a tapestry yet, they're super fun to do, so I recommend that you do it, and I look forward to seeing all of your tapestries. But as you can see here, just by changing the color palette, it can create a totally different looking tapestry. We did the same exact fold, just a different color palette, to completely different looking tapestries. And I really do look forward to seeing all of yours. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!